So we bring a noun now. Okay? And again, the purpose of this is to show relationship or possession. So we want to show that someone owns kitab, that this kitab belongs to someone. Right? So we can say something like Bilal. Right? And then the Arab, Bilalin. Right? Or we can say, if we don't want to use Bilal, we can say Al-Waladi. Right? On and on and on. Right? Kitabu Al-Bint. Right? So we're saying now if we have an attached pronoun, that the attached pronoun is taking place of the mudaf ilay. Okay? The attached pronoun, when you attach it to a noun, is taking the place of mudafun ilay. It's taking the place of the second noun of the idafa. Right? So if we already have kitab, so we want to attach our pronouns. And those pronouns, again, just, right quick, we know we have who, ha, ka, ki, ya, and na. And we also did the duals and the plurals for those. But minimally, we should at least learn these 6. And we should, again, make sure we learn the duals as well as the plurals. Right? So, if we take who, right? If we take who, right? So right now, if we say Kitabu Bilal, right? We want to replace Bilal with the pronoun. We'll say who, right? Because why? We're talking in the third person, absence, right? So we'll say we're going to suffix the pronoun directly onto the word Kitab, right? So now our new word, Kitab. Who. Right? So the pronoun is taking the place of the noun. So in essence, if this is an idafa, this is an idafa. Okay? And the difference now in terms of this idafa and this idafa is that with the pronoun, you can't see the i'rab. That's the only difference now. You can't see it. Why? Because pronouns, if we know we have i'rab, on the other side, we have what's called bina. Right? Things that stay stationary. I'rab means it changes, and bina means it stays stationary. It stays the same. So pronouns stay the same. The vowels don't change. The end vowels do not change on a pronoun. Okay? Right? So that's the only thing about the pronoun being attached to the noun, that you can't see the i'rab come out, but it's understood in Arabic. Okay, so kitabu hu. Right, so it's just the pronoun here is just taking the place of the noun, or can be taking the place of walid. Right, now it can't be taking the place of bint. If we wanted to take it the place of bint, what would we say? Kitabu ha. Exactly. Right, kitabu ha. Right, that's it. Okay. So that's with the attached pronoun. Now that's with it to a noun. Now if same thing, if we want that, it can be attached to a verb. So before I go there, so right now when it's attached to a noun, okay, it's being used as mudaf ilayhi, the pronoun. So right. So the pronoun itself in itself is a noun. Pronouns are nouns, right? So. Right? We see the purpose of the pronoun now. Now if we attach it to a pronoun, to a verb, okay? So let's say for an example, if we said, he ate an orange. And now how would we say he ate an orange? What's the first of the verb to eat? Akala. Okay, akala. Let's name our akala. Okay, akala. Okay, akala Bilalun right? Bilalun is being used how? As our fa'il, right? The one who's doing this action. Akala Bilalun, orange or apple. Anybody? Apple is one of our vocabulary words. So I hold y'all accountable for that one. Now, may I give you an orange. Give you orange. Nothing comes to mind? Tufah.
Tufah.
So we say akala. Let's say A. Right. Let's say A. Tufah. Tufahatan. Akala Bilalun tufahatan. Bilal ate an apple. Okay? So, if we analyze this grammatically, akala is what? Our verb, fi'l. Right? Bilalun is our fa'il. Okay? And then tufaha is our object of the verb, is the maf'ulun bihi. And the maf'ulun bihi is always mansub. Right? Take note, it's mansub. Right? Right?
What does that mean?
Mansub means it has fatha.
Okay.
Fatha. Okay? Right? Okay? Right? So, this is our statement. Akala Bilalun tufaha. Right? So, if we then ask this question, we say, Man akala at-tufaha. Man akala at-tufaha. Everybody understand the question? Man akala at-tufaha. Who ate the apple? The response would be? Akala. Come on, finish it. Akalahu. Akalahu.
Bilalun. Bilalun.
Bilalun. Watch. It's replaced. Look, it's replacing this. It's attached to the.
The who is for the apple.
Apple, right? It's right. Akalahu.
Ate it. Bilal.
Bilal ate it. Right. So the point being is that here tufaha is in what position is the maf'ulun bihi. So when it's attached to a verb, what's the position of the pronoun? Maf'ulun bihi. Right? So when they're attached to the verb, you know that's your maf'ulun bihi. That's the point once you get. Okay? If you see the pronoun attached to a verb, that's your maf'ulun bihi. That's your object of the verb. Okay? Right? Understand, Ali?
Yes.
Okay? 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 And then same thing happens if you attach it to a particle, depending on what type of particle, be it a preposition. Most of the time it's the preposition. Okay? So if it's the preposition, it becomes the noun of the preposition, the object of the preposition. Okay? All right? Okay? Okay? All right. We're good on the attached pronoun.
I have a question. How do you suggest we remember the words, especially Arabic terminology like afternoon, bihi, and all of that? You know, because it seems like my focus is mainly on trying to learn this instead of. I know it's all part of the same thing, but it's so hard to memorize words and they're coming out of the blue almost because of I'm not getting in trouble by saying that, but because it's a different language,
Okay. I hear your question,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to refer to the classmates in the class first before I respond.
Okay.
Right? Oh, and that's only because I'm going to probably be prejudiced in my response, But I like to hear, maybe some contemporary ways of memorizing things. Ali, we start with you, Mr. Himar.
Well, just from what I understood is when he tells us, explains something to us, the way I remember it is because we're constantly using it. You notice how we knew what they were, but when you do it in English, it seems very confusing. It seems very confusing. Like when they're English, they'll have like he said, a construct phrase and all that. He tells us what a fa'il is. We know what that is because the words in Arabic usually mean exactly what is being done. Fa'il is the doer.
Right.
So if you know that, okay, this is the doer, and you know how to pull that word from the actual verb, then it's easy to remember it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also the patterns. Like the patterns are the same. Like the pattern for fa'il is the same as doer, sitter, runner, talker, walker is the same pattern.
But they're all verbs.
Yeah,
Right.
but that pattern is still the same. So that's how I remember it, and just from repetition also.
Okay, good. That's a good response. What you do, Mahai?
I just had to make myself learn. Just go over and study at night on the way to work.
At
On
work.
the train, at work,
And
walking across the street to class.
amongst each other,
Yeah, just
whatever.
constantly, just making a constant all day, everyday thing to learn it, because it becomes like and I guess I'll be using Khalifah's term, it becomes like a crutch. If we try to do it another kind of way, we're going to automatically skip the Arabic and go to the other kind of way. So you got to kind of get that stuff out of the picture, get it out of your sight, period. So all you have is the Arabic, and it'll become easier to learn. I'll give one example of something that he checked me on one day. We was in class here, and he was telling us what the words meant, and I was writing it in this. I was writing beside the Arabic word, I was writing beside it. And he's like, don't do that. He's like kind of upset. He's like, don't do that. Because what happens is I'll always look to the English because it's comfortable. You're going to be uncomfortable learning it, but after a while, you'll know what these things are. It's just a term. It's just, you'll know what they are after repetition.
Okay. How about you, Ayat?
I think it's kind of like along the lines of what they're saying, just in terms of like not putting that barrier between yourself and the concept. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you learn a new English concept today, you would learn that word. You know what I mean? So if you just learn, okay, Mudofalehi means this, then there's no need to really put Mudofalehi and put like possessive, you know, and da-da-da-da-da. Just know that this is what it is. And so if you learn it that way, I'm trying to take the approach of learning Arabic the way I learned English. You know what I mean? And then, like we said before, there was nobody with a Spanish textbook teaching me English through Spanish. You know what I mean? So it's like try not to learn Arabic through English. You know what I mean? So that's just how I kind of got it.
And Sister
Well, a couple of things I have to do. I make cards for myself
Right.
to memorize the words, and I do it both ways. I try to, sometimes I look at the Arabic and call it out in English. Sometimes I look at the English and call it out in Arabic. Another thing I have to do is memorize the rules. If I memorize the rules and I go through this book here, this book is helpful. And one of the best things I've done, I haven't done it much lately, or too much at all, is go through the lesson in Arabic and go to the dictionary and find out what the words mean. And that really, when I did it like that, that really trained my mind to do this instead of, because I fought myself not to go to the back part of the book, looking at the English. But that was the best thing I did. But now I do whatever I need to do to remember. My memory is not the same as it used to be.
Yeah.
So I do the things that I suggest to the kids, to memorize the rules and just try to memorize the words. So it's like I do basic elementary stuff. It's not nothing like.
And now the consummation of it all.
And there was one other thing, something that you said, just come into class, because you hear it over and over and over. Because I was like, what's my drawer? What's my stool? I'm not getting them. And you were like, just keep coming, and eventually you'll hear it so much and see you write it and see it over and over. Then it becomes, oh, okay, it means that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, although like this, you know, we're not Arabs, of course, you know, but I don't, and even though this is a class, we you know, officially call it غير ناطقين بها, you know, other than the native speakers. I don't want to teach this class as if, you know, we have that over us. You know, just say, you know, if you know, you hear something along the, you sooner or later you figure out what's going on. It's just a matter of time. As Americans, sometimes we think we're privileged, and I don't know why we think we like Americans, because we definitely know we're not privileged. You know, it's the Americans who think they got it made like that. In all parts of the world where they teach Arabic as a, you know, as a, you know, to non-native speakers, you know, I mean, if the Americans had it their way, we'd be learning Arabic through English. But all through the world, people, no matter what language they speak, they all sit there and learn Arabic through Arabic. And the only people who complain are the Americans. I don't know if I remember, you know, I remember I attended this conference on teaching more than one language. So the presenter, you know, the lecturer, he got up, and before he started his speech, he said, what do you call a person who speaks 3 languages? Everybody said trilinguist. What do you call a person who speaks 2 bilinguals? What do you call a person who speaks 1 language? He said American. That's.
I think I got to tell you, I stole that.
You know, it's all right. You know, but you know, but that's, you know, that's the reality though. So you know what, you know, Ali, you know, Abdur-Rahman, actually everybody is really. So what we're gonna do, we want to just bring the 2 worlds together. When the terminology, when the concept is right there, what it means, you know, whether we learn the term in Arabic or not, sooner or later it's going to come up and it is beneficial. And we're going to give an example how. But sometimes it be out to left field and it just don't make any sense to even try to sit there and learn what the concept is in English, because it's not, it just doesn't, it don't help the cause. It doesn't help our case. So if you learn the concept, like from the very beginning in Arabic, and just apply the meaning, the definition, like now he has an idea what majrur may mean, what mansub may mean, you know. In English, we call that concept, for an example, subjunctive. I mean,
I couldn't get it, man. I don't know.
Indicative, subjunctive, jussive.
Vocative, or
you know.
Jocative.
I mean,
genitive.
That's what those concepts are called in English grammar. I mean, I've been at this, you know, I mean, for a long time, and I still haven't made the connection between indicative and rough yet. I still don't see it. I don't see it yet. And I mean, I've been trying, because again, I speak, you know, I mean, not here so much, but back in Jersey, gave classes to all kind of audiences, you know, and I just don't see it yet. I don't see the connection between that. But in Arabic, rough is clear what rough is. It's clear what mansub or what majrur is clear. Subjunctive. You know, I mean, I just don't see it. If you look at your word in English, the word verb, for an example, okay, V-E-R-B, right, versus in Arabic, fi'l, right? Fi'l. Okay? And now let's go through it then. Okay? So with a verb, what do we know about a verb?
Action.
Words show action, right? So if we look at words, so a verb have to have what in it? Watch this. In English, right, if we wanted to make a verb, or we have a verb, we could say something like, I don't know, he read the book, for an example, right? He read the book, okay? So we say he, one word, read, 2 words, the book. Right? Okay. In Arabic, if we wanted to say that same sentence, how do we say that in Arabic? He read the book. What's the verb to read? Yeah, we said read. Huh? What is that? Qara'a. Qara'a. Al-Kitab. Okay?
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay? All right? Okay? All right. In English, we don't have what we call verbal sentences. But it's okay. It doesn't, you know, I mean, for this, it doesn't really make a difference. Okay? So, if we analyze now, okay? Let's analyze. Okay? Okay? Our verb is where? In the sentence. Right? The word, right? Okay? The one who did the reading, huh?
He.
Is he. Who received the action?
The book.
The book. Okay? What's qara'a?
You read.
What is it? Grammar.
Oh,
Verb.
It's the fact.
And fa'il. At the same time. Notice what word we said? Fa'il. What are we dealing with? A fi'il. So that's the first thing he said, right? So look here, fi'il, right? That's the word. That's the word in question. Look, so the verb, qara is a verb, and it also has in it the fa'il. So that's one concept. That's one term right there. That has the same letters. Has the same letters as the word fi'ilun. Right? Fa'ain lam, fa'ain lam. Okay? That's one thing. Okay? And then al-kitab is the what? Maf'ul bihi. Right? And also from this word, so that's one word. And then the next word we hear, maf'ul. You see those same letters again. Fa'ain lam. All from here. Okay? Now we come back over here on our English side. Okay? For those on that side, rooting for this team. Okay? Okay? We have verb. Okay? Now, what do we call this in, what do you want to call this in Arabic now? In English? No. I mean, the purpose of it, subject, doer, any, okay?
Doer.
Doer. All right? Everybody comfortable with that? Okay, not subject. Okay? No direct correlationship with the word verb at all. Right? I mean, right? That's the first thing that you notice, right? Between the words themselves, the concepts don't have, you don't see the relationship. In Arabic, as soon as you mention the concept in Arabic, then there's always going to be a direct correlation between the concept and whatever you come out with. And that's one way, that's the best way to memorize something, to learn something. You see the word fa'ain lam, right? So no matter what, all these words have something to do with the verb, whatever it means. So what I would suggest, learn the concepts, the basic words, and then from that, there's a host of patterns we try to learn and memorize. And if you learn those, you can safely almost guarantee you can adduce what a word means. If you associate with the basic verb or its masdar. Like for example, like madrasa. You hear in the word madrasa the letters dal ra sin. If you knew what dal ra sin means, you could adduce what it means. Masjid, right? So it has something to do with whatever that concept is. This is how the language of Arabic is anyway. So that would be the best way to, so when we use the concept, so like I said, when they closely related, we can use the English meaning because it's not going to make much of a difference. But when it's like left and right, or two extremes, my suggestion is learn the Arabic, and then, as I mentioned, then just apply that meaning to that, I think you asked what's maf'ulun bihi, you know,
Yeah.
right?
It
Let's
was
learn
the
maf'ul.
object of the verb, right?
Yeah, maf'ul. Let's learn maf'ul, object of the verb. And as you go further in your studies, and then you will learn to appreciate why it's called maf'ulun bihi.
Okay, so in this sentence, the what?
Maf'ul bihi.
Okay, maf'ul bihi in this sentence would be the book.
Yes, the word al-kitab.
Okay, but what does fa'il mean?
Fa'il,
Yeah.
dual or subject. Who did that? Who did this? Who did that action? Fa'il means who did it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But it comes from the verb, you know, in other words, if you have a verb suggests action.
Right.
Don't nothing take place on its own. There has to be, everything needs a fa'il.
Right, right.
And that's what fa'il means. Who did the action of a verb?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right?
So question. So is it like by also like by learning the grammar rules, you begin to kind of be able to like read something in context?
Yeah.
You know, like in English, sometimes you don't always feel the definition of a word, but by knowing the sentence,
The concept, right.
the concept, you can kind of say, okay, this kind of means this.
Yeah, you can get closer to understanding what it actually means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. By seeing like, okay, this is conjugated this way and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So we're going to go in, for what we're going to do today is, so we asked, let's review dictionary skill. So when we go to a dictionary, okay, the first thing we come across in our dictionary, Arabic English, is of course the verbal entries, right? So we should be, at this point, we should be able to go into the dictionary and retrieve the meaning of a verb, right? Everybody okay?
Yes.
Okay, for form 1, we know how to get the vowel of the present tense. Everybody with me?
Right.
This is the day of review. Right, I'm not doing this just because I want to just hear myself talk about it. About how to go into the dictionary to retrieve the vowel of the imperfect, the present tense verb. I'm just looking towards you.
Yeah, not at me, just in your general
right?
direction.
Everybody good?
Yes.
How to go to the dictionary, right, and retrieve the vowel of the present tense.
Yes.
Oh, Kwame even said yes. I guess we move on then.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think we need to I think we need to review it again.
You sure? You sure? All right? All right? How to go to the dictionary and extract from that, after you have your verb, then they give us the transliteration, then they give us the vowel of the imperfect, the present tense, and then they give us in parentheses the masdar. We know how to go and retrieve the masdar. Okay? You understand what we mean by masdar?
Not right now.
Okay.
Not talking.
I don't want you to be shy in the class.
I'm not, but if I started talking, I'm going to tell you a lot of stuff that's bothering me.
Hey, go ahead and get it. Might as well get it now. We don't review, do we?
No, but see, I had a lot of Arabic over the years. I even had Arabic in college, but I did just as much as I could do to get
Pass
to
the
it.
class.
Yeah. And I was Muslim, but the thing is, it was so
What books you use?
difficult.
The orange books?
No, you mean that standard?
Yes, modern standard.
I don't know what we used. Except, I don't remember. Dr. Anti had him over at Clark Atlanta, and we had all different kind of things and tapes we listened to and whatever.
Okay.
It just was too
Very
much
different.
coming at you, and
Y'all teach it very different.
yeah.
Me too. It's very different.
Okay. All right. All right. We mentioned the term masdar. So when you go to the dictionary, Okay? Because the things about a verb, okay, this is our standard. When you learn a verb, we already know that a verb expresses action in one of three times. Past, present/future, right? And